And welcome back to another Q&A with Pastor Mike, where I answer questions the kids asked from the message the week before or even just from everyday life. So the question I want to talk about this week is talking about someone's sin to help them make it right count as judgment. Bit of a tricky question here. I think we have to look at some definitions first. So we make judgments all the time. I judge that I like that pizza better than this pizza. Well, that's being judgmental and judging something. I'm judging that I should not rob the bank, but I'm judging I should save money. Well, those are judgments. We make judgments every day, all the time. So there's a difference between judgment where we decide something's right or wrong and being judgmental where we see someone as being good or bad based on their actions. And so in some ways, what you're saying is talking about someone's sin to help them, make it judgmental might be the right question. I think that's what you're asking with that question, because if it's sin, if you already think it's sin, you've already made the judgment. But my guess is, am I doing something wrong? Am I being judgmental? Well, that's kind of a heart issue. What is your reason for wanting to talk to them and all that? Also, are you talking about the issue, that person's sin with other people? Saying, well, that person does this person does that. Well, that's called gossip, and that's not right. If you have an issue with someone, you're supposed to go talk with them. If you see someone sinning, you're supposed to go talk with them. Don't bring in a bunch of other people, and some people go, well, I'm just getting them to pray for that person. Well, just say, please pray for this person. I want to have a chat with them about some stuff. That's all you need to do, if even that. Or just say, I think we should be praying for Bob. You don't have to go into detail about why. So if you're going and talking to other people about this person's sin, that's not right. And that's gossip. And that needs to stop. And that's been a problem in the churches and church history for a long time. Now, if you're only talking with that person, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to say, wow, you're a horrible person for doing that? Are you trying to make them feel bad? Trying to make them feel guilty? And in doing that, we're often trying to make ourselves feel better. Well, that's being judgmental, and I don't think that's okay. It's not very loving. It's not very kind. Or are you genuinely trying to help them, saying, hey, Bob, I've noticed this. I've seen this, and my understanding is that's not okay to do. That's sin, and I wonder if there's a way I can help you out, and we can talk about that, or we can find ways to address that. So it really comes down to what's your heart? What's your motive? Are you acting in love to the person, or are you trying to be judgmental and make yourself feel better that you're better than that person? Scripture does call us to hold each other as believers accountable for our actions. So doing that in a loving way, where you're willing to walk alongside them and help them, that can be really meaningful. That's part of what we do in the church, is we journey alongside each other and help each other grow as disciples. And that sometimes means overcoming sin in our lives. Now, what about a non-Christian? Well, a non-Christian who doesn't believe in Jesus isn't going to have the same values or see sin the same way we do. So you can say, hey, this is a sin, and they might say, I don't agree. So I find I usually want to get to know them, hear their story, get a sense of where they're at faith-wise, and then talk with them about stuff a bit more and say, hey, this is my view on things. What's your view? I'd want them to understand who Jesus is and all that. And that takes some time and usually takes multiple conversations. So I hope that helps. That was a great question, one that I think a lot of us need to work through at times. And we have some more questions that we're going to answer in the coming weeks as well. And so we look forward to doing that.